We've got second half of the record, starting with The Dark Glow. This one is a fun instance of how different instruments can inspire things. I'd been wanting to get a rubber bridge guitar for a while, which a couple people, it's becoming more popular, but there's a guy in LA who had been, I think, starting a lot of that, but you're basically putting rubber over the bridge so it the notes don't have a very long decay, and they're a little softer. They take a bunch of like old crappy guitars that didn't have
truss rods.
Thank you. And so you'd have to totally, reset them up to work. So they're bolting the neck back on, and the one that I stumbled onto in there, I was picked it up. I was like, this thing's cool. It looks like it's just stripped of any paint, and
I'm not here.
No, it's at my house here. But I picked it up and I was like, wait, what the heck? This is a baritone. And it was like set up for baritone, which we play on a lot of stuff. So just this random guitar is like, this is for me. I'm gonna get it. But yeah, ended up writing that riff and we played it on that guitar. And yeah, it's just got a very unique quality. But that one got like, that's a pretty simple beginning to that song, at least. Like, it was like I made the verse and then the chorus was the same thing, just loud.
Right.
Though we did end up switching the chords. You'd never notice it in the song, like if you weren't thinking about it, but the verse has a subtle shift in the chords, which makes a big difference. But one of my favorite things in that song is the shift into that very quiet part, which was a file that Rye had. Was that the original melody that I sang over it when you first shared the demo? I think it is. I can't remember now. Or is it new?
If it's not the exact one, it's like real close.
Oh, okay.
And then you fine tuned it.
But sometimes, like, especially if it's a simple idea like that, it was just where I had that, I would end up playing it back on my computer and just like singing it into voice memo, like just like but yeah, it's a really interesting guitar tone that he made from a bunch of compression and reverb, and we like rebuilt it right when we were recording it. Yeah. But yeah, it has this kind of keyboardy quality, but it's just guitar notes being
it's like a direct guitar. There's no amp or anything. I think that's kind of the key to that sound.
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, just tonally or like emotionally, that's such an interesting shift in that song. And we were talking about trying to kind of place it in the middle of the record, because I think just lyrically, even to that little section, is kind of this little home base in the midst of a bunch of chaos and heavy things. And I love that we use those chords for this like alternate chorus at the end, which I'm curious, like if you didn't like play music, like if you got to that part, would you be thinking that it was just the chorus but it felt different to you,
or just a different part, like it's not the chorus,
but it feels
so different.
It's so different, but so you're saying you wouldn't notice it's the same melody? Maybe.
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I like doing that where it's the same melody as the rest of the chorus, totally different chords, and then I'm just tweaking the lyrics to have like a resolve that's kind of in opposition to the rest of the song at that point. Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, it's cool.